Listen carefully. Right now, in this very moment, your life is on the verge of transformation. Everything you've been, everything you are, and everything you will become is shaped by one thing: the conversation happening in your mind. That voice inside your head, the one telling you what's possible and what's not, is the key to your evolution. Here's something powerful about your brain. Every thought you think sparks a biochemical reaction in your body. Every single word you speak to yourself strengthens and rewires specific neural pathways. When you wake up each day and tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this," you're not just thinking, you're programming your brain to accept those limitations as reality. Here's the astonishing truth. Your brain cannot differentiate between real experiences and imagined ones. That means when you change your thoughts, you physically alter your brain structure. This isn't just a theory, it's pure neuroscience. Your thoughts shape your world. Now I want to challenge you. In just 3 days, you can begin rewiring your brain for success. 3 days, that's all it takes to start shifting your mindset. But be warned, these won't be just ordinary days. They will be days of deliberate, conscious self-talk, capable of shaking the very foundation of your reality. Most people live their lives on autopilot, allowing past experiences to dictate their future. They wake up thinking the same thoughts, triggering the same emotions, leading to the same behaviors, and creating the same experiences day after day. But you have the power to break that cycle. Changing how you speak to yourself rewires your brain. When you rewire your brain, you shift your energy, and when your energy changes, your entire life follows. It's that simple and that profound. Consider this. Every great achievement in human history began with someone who dared to say yes when the world told them no. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every success was born from an internal dialogue that rejected limitations. Right now, the choice is yours. You're either reinforcing your limitations or breaking through them. You're either training your mind for success or for stagnation. There's no neutral ground. Your self-talk is either lifting you up or holding you back. Over the next 3 days, you will learn how to take charge of your inner dialogue and use it to reshape your destiny. You will discover how to communicate with yourself in a way that literally rewires your brain, alters your body's chemistry, and transforms your reality. This isn't about blind positivity. This is about restructuring your neural pathways. This isn't about a temporary burst of motivation. This is about lasting transformation. This is about rising beyond your past limitations and stepping into a future filled with endless possibilities. Are you ready? Because once you truly grasp and apply this knowledge, there is no going back. The next 3 days will set off a ripple effect in your consciousness, creating waves of transformation in every area of your life. Let's examine what's happening in your brain right now. Each morning, within moments of waking up, your mind falls into familiar thought loops. You replay the same thoughts from yesterday, the day before, and the day before that. These aren't just random thoughts, they're a subconscious program shaping your reality. Here's what's really happening. Your brain processes between 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts daily. But here's the shocking truth. 90% of them are the same as the day before. You are literally thinking yourself into the same reality day after day through repetitive mental patterns. Your negative self-talk isn't just harmless inner dialogue. When you tell yourself, "I'm not ready," "I can't afford it," or "I'm not smart enough," your body believes it. Your brain releases stress hormones, your genes express themselves differently, your immune system is affected, and your energy diminishes, all because of the words you repeat to yourself, often without even noticing. Now think about this. Every thought triggers a chemical reaction. Fearful thoughts flood your body with cortisol and adrenaline. Anger releases an entirely different set of chemicals. Now imagine what happens when you choose to fuel your mind with empowering thoughts. Your thoughts are actively shaping your biological state. The crucial part is this: your body can't tell the difference between a real event and one you only imagine. Without realizing it, you've conditioned your body to rely on negative emotions. That's why change feels so difficult. Your body fights to maintain these familiar chemical states, even when they cause suffering. It's like being addicted to your personal blend of emotions. Your limiting beliefs aren't facts. They're simply thoughts repeated so often that they've become ingrained in your brain's wiring. I'm not good with money. Relationships never work for me. Losing weight is impossible. These aren't truths. They're neural pathways strengthened by repetition. Every time you think them, you reinforce their presence in your mind. It's similar to walking the same trail through tall grass. The more you walk it, the clearer the path becomes. Your brain is literally shaped by repeated thoughts. This explains why most people keep recreating the same circumstances. They think the same way, feel the same emotions, and as a result, attract the same experiences. But here's what makes your brain incredible. It's adaptable. Scientists refer to this as neuroplasticity. Your brain continuously rewires itself based on your thoughts and experiences. This means you're not stuck with your current patterns. You have the ability to form new neural connections and shift into a different state of being. The mistake most people make is waiting for external change before shifting their internal dialogue. They want to feel confident before speaking to themselves with confidence. They want evidence of success before thinking like a successful person. But that's the wrong approach. Your external world is a direct reflection of your inner dialogue. The thoughts you repeatedly entertain are actively shaping your future. Your self-talk is either moving you toward growth or keeping you in the same cycle. There's no neutral ground. Every thought either propels you forward or keeps you stuck. This is why becoming conscious of your mental habits is essential. You can't change what you don't recognize. Awareness is the first step to breaking free from these subconscious patterns running your life. Now let's explore what happens in your brain when you intentionally shift your self-talk. Neuroscience tells us neurons that fire together wire together. This means every thought either strengthens existing neural pathways or builds new ones. When you start speaking differently to yourself, something powerful happens. Your brain literally begins to reorganize itself, like upgrading a computer's software. Except in this case, the computer is your mind. Every empowering statement and positive thought is more than just words. It's an electrical impulse creating new neural pathways. Here's how you can apply this in real life. Tomorrow morning, instead of saying, I'm exhausted or I don't want to wake up, say with conviction, I'm excited for today or I feel energized. You're not just using different words. You're triggering new neural circuits, activating different genes and altering your brain chemistry. But here's the truly fascinating part. Your brain can't distinguish between actually experiencing something and vividly imagining it with strong emotion. This is why Olympic athletes enhance performance through mental rehearsal. They are literally rewiring their neural pathways using visualization. The same applies to your self-talk. When you combine purposeful self-talk with strong emotion, you aren't just thinking differently, you're training your body to adopt a new way of being. You're creating what scientists call a new neural signature. This is how people make extraordinary changes in their lives. They don't just alter their thoughts, they transform their entire state of existence. Imagine every thought as a stone dropped into the quantum field of infinite possibilities. The ripples it creates attract similar frequencies back to you. This isn't superstition, it's quantum physics. Thoughts generate energy, and energy influences matter. When you start engaging in focused self-talk infused with emotional intensity, you're no longer merely thinking. You're emitting a distinct electromagnetic signature into the field. You're stepping into the role of a quantum creator. Your emotionally charged thoughts and spoken words act as the schematics for your future reality. This is where emotional coherence becomes vital. Simply repeating positive words isn't enough. You must genuinely feel the emotions behind the words you're speaking. When your thoughts align with your emotions, when your internal dialogue mirrors your inner feelings, you enter a powerful state of coherence. In this state, your heart and brain operate in perfect harmony. This isn't just poetic, it's scientific. Researchers can actually measure this synchronization between the brain's and the heart's wave patterns. And when you're in such coherence, you become a strong transmitter of new possibilities. Let's break down what this means for your everyday life. When you wake up, affirm, I am worthy of greatness, or I am capable of extraordinary things. and you truly feel those words resonate throughout your being, you're doing more than practicing positivity. You are actively rewiring your neural circuits and you are shifting your energy field. This is the power behind focused self-talk. It's not just about swapping out negative thoughts with uplifting ones. It's about forming a new energetic identity that becomes your baseline. It's about conditioning your brain to operate in alignment with your ideal reality. Imagine tuning a radio to a different station. Right now, your mind is locked onto certain habitual frequencies. But with focused self-talk, you can shift to new stations, those that broadcast abundance, health, success, and joy. And the more often you practice, the more dominant those frequencies become. The secret is consistency, coupled with emotional force. You can't half commit to this. You have to speak with such clarity and power that your entire physiology responds. This is how you start to create transformation at the deepest levels of your being. Always remember, every word you tell yourself is either strengthening your current reality or creating a new one. There's no neutral zone. Your self-talk is either uplifting your life or anchoring you where you are. Now let's get into exactly what you'll be doing for the next 3 days. This is your transformation protocol. Follow it to the letter. These 3 days will stand apart from any other because you'll be hyper-aware of every internal word you speak. Let's begin with your morning practice. The moment you open your eyes, and I mean the very moment, before checking your phone, worrying about the day, or thinking of problems, you will place your hand over your heart. This physical gesture signals your body that change is here. In that twilight state between sleep and full wakefulness, your brain is most open to suggestion. For the first 20 minutes, speak to yourself with deliberate, powerful language, not just mentally, but aloud or in a whisper. Today is the day I break free from the past. Today, a new life begins. Let those words echo in every fibre of your being. Don't just say them, feel them fully. During these morning sessions, stay entirely focused. If your thoughts drift to worries or tasks, gently redirect. This isn't passive meditation, it's dynamic brain programming. You're crafting new neural maps, rewiring your mental framework for success. Now for your afternoon practice. Between 2 and 4 p.m, your brain hits another receptive window. This is your second chance. Step away to a quiet place, a parked car, empty office, or even a restroom if needed. Take just 5 minutes to repeat your morning affirmations. Here's the essential addition. In the afternoon, you'll incorporate movement. Walk with deliberate motion. Use your arms expressively. Let your body embody the words. This is about total transformation, not just thoughts, but state of being. Throughout the day, watch for automatic negativity. The moment you hear yourself say, "I can't," or "this is too hard," interrupt it instantly. Replace it with, "I am capable," or "I handle challenges with ease." Do not let even one negative line pass unnoticed. Every thought carries weight. Every phrase holds power. Now to your evening routine. This is where lasting change takes root. Between 7 and 9 p.m, your brain begins naturally sorting and storing the day's input. This is your review time. Sit quietly for 15 minutes. Place your hand over your heart once more. Reflect on the wins you had today, no matter how small they might seem. Speak to yourself with genuine gratitude and hopeful expectation. Affirm, "Today I rewired parts of my brain. Today I moved one step closer to my new life. Tomorrow holds even greater breakthroughs." Feel the reality of those words resonate throughout your body. Let that emotional charge rise within you. This elevated emotional state is essential for locking in those neural changes. Here's why the timing of these practices is so important. Your brain functions in predictable cycles of heightened receptivity. By syncing your self-talk with these cycles, you significantly amplify the impact of each word you speak internally. You're harnessing your brain's natural rhythm rather than resisting it. During this transformation, you need to be what I call emotionally agile. That means staying deeply in tune with your inner state. If you catch yourself falling back into old emotional habits, return to your breath. Take 3 intentional deep breaths and remind yourself, I am in the midst of transformation. Every second is a chance to rewire and realign with the life I'm creating. Keep a small journal on you. Every time you recognize negative self-talk, write it down. Then immediately write the positive version. This isn't just a routine task. This is the documentation of your evolution. It makes your internal change visible and trackable. Each night before sleep, revisit what you've written. Recite the new empowering phrases aloud. Let these be the final thoughts imprinted on your mind as you fall asleep. Your subconscious will engage with them throughout the night. Understand, these 3 days aren't about getting it perfect. They're about shifting your direction with conscious intention. There will be moments where old thought loops sneak in. That's completely normal. What matters is how quickly you catch those slips and reframe your internal dialogue. This is a deep dive process. You're not simply adjusting a few random thoughts. You're building a completely new neural framework. You're crafting the inner architecture that aligns with your desired future. Every phrase you repeat over these 3 days is either strengthening that new blueprint or slipping back into outdated patterns. Don't overlook the importance of timing here. These specific windows are like open gates, moments when your brain is especially impressionable. Make the most of them. Let every moment become an intentional imprint. These 3 days, if approached with full commitment, have the power to reshape your neurological wiring. Now, let's unpack what's truly happening inside your body as you engage this method of self-talk. This isn't just cognitive reprogramming. You are quite literally shifting your biology with every intentional word. Your body operates like an intricate chemical lab, and your thoughts are the master chemist. When you access heart-brain coherence through meaningful self-talk, something extraordinary unfolds. Your heart begins to produce a stable, rhythmic pattern that can be scientifically observed. This isn't a metaphor, it's measurable electromagnetic energy. Your heart contains a complex neural network that sends more information to your brain than your brain sends to it. When you lay your hand on your heart and speak to yourself with love and strength, your heart's rhythm becomes harmonious and ordered. This pattern signals to your brain that everything is safe, balanced, and in flow. In turn, your brain dials down the production of stress chemicals like cortisol and adrenaline. That's why intentional self-talk brings an immediate sense of calm and grounded power. But this process doesn't stop there. As your stress hormones decline, your system begins to release what I refer to as the biochemistry of potential. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins. These aren't just feel-good molecules. They serve as messengers that activate new gene expressions. Your body is literally shifting its genetic code in response to how you speak to yourself. Consider this. Each cell in your system contains receptors that are sensitive to these emotional chemicals. So when you affirm, "I'm strong, I'm deserving, I'm evolving," you're not just speaking randomly, you're setting off a chain reaction of physiological transformation. Your cells begin to resonate at a new frequency. They calibrate to match a renewed energetic identity. This is why people who master their internal dialogue often say they feel different on a cellular level. Their energy shifts, their demeanor transforms. Even the way they carry themselves physically changes. They're not simply thinking in new ways, they're becoming biologically renewed. Your cells are always listening. Your self-talk is the signal they respond to. When you speak to yourself consistently with intention and strength, your cells begin to adapt. They start expecting those new uplifting chemical patterns. They begin to crave dopamine, serotonin, and other feel-good chemicals instead of the usual flood of stress hormones. This is how real, lasting transformation happens at the cellular level. The energy your cells at their vibrational frequency is influenced by the quality of your thoughts and your internal dialogue. When you're caught in fear, self-doubt, or anxiety, your cells operate at a much lower frequency. But the moment you shift your inner language to one of empowerment and belief, your cells respond by raising their energetic vibration. This isn't mystical, it's grounded in the science of quantum biology. As your cellular frequency increases, your body begins functioning more efficiently in every way. Your cells communicate more clearly with one another. They perform their tasks with greater precision. They heal faster. They even divide and replicate with more accuracy. You are literally reprogramming your body's internal systems through your self-talk. That's why being consistent during these 3 days is non-negotiable. Every single time you notice negative self-talk and replace it with conscious, empowering words, you're not just shifting your emotional state in the moment, you're rewiring your biology. You're training your body to live in a new emotional signature, and when your stress hormone levels drop, something powerful happens to your immune system. It stops being overloaded. It's no longer focused on constant crisis management. Instead, your body is free to regenerate, repair, and rebalance. And here's the thing. Your body doesn't know whether a threat is real or just imagined in your mind. When you say things like, "I can't do this," or "this is too much," your body reacts as if you're being attacked. But when you shift to telling yourself, "I am strong," or "I move through challenges with ease," your entire biology responds by moving into a state of calm strength. This isn't just a mindset shift. You are literally altering your biological state. Every word you speak inside your mind is guiding your body toward either cellular health or cellular breakdown. There is no such thing as neutral self-talk. Every thought, every inner sentence is creating change in your biology. Now, here's something you need to know. When you begin this process of upgrading your self-talk, your body is going to push back. You're going to feel uncomfortable. It might feel fake at first. Your mind will try to pull you back into what feels familiar. That's not weakness. That's the result of your body's addiction to its old emotional habits. Your nervous system has been trained to expect certain chemicals, stress, worry, fear, and it's used to them. Like any addiction, your body is going to crave those old chemicals. Now that you're replacing them with new emotions, new language, new chemicals, your body is going to resist. And this resistance isn't just happening in your head, it's happening in your biology. When you feel that discomfort rise, remember, this is a good sign. It means change is happening. It's like the muscle soreness you get after a new workout. It's proof you're tearing down old emotional muscle to build new strength. That uncomfortable feeling? That's your brain's neural network reorganizing itself. You might hear thoughts like, "This isn't working," or "this feels fake." Recognize it for what it is. It's your old programming, trying to survive. Your past patterns of self-talk are like deep grooves in your brain. The moment you try to carve out a new path, the old paths will seem louder. They'll feel safer and more automatic. But here's the truth. Every time you choose the new thought, every time you resist that familiar pull and speak your new truth instead, you're reinforcing the neural structure of your future self. You're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing the wiring of your brain. That resistance won't last forever. It's a temporary barrier. It's the pain of birthing a new version of yourself, and you will start seeing signs of change. They might seem subtle at first. You'll sleep more deeply, your body might feel lighter, your posture might shift, you might notice yourself breathing more fully without even thinking about it. These small shifts are signs that your new self-talk is taking root. And around day 2, when you hit that wall of doubt, don't misread it. That wall is not a sign to quit, it's the final layer of resistance before your breakthrough. It's your old emotional programming fighting for control. That's when you must stay the most focused. You may feel exhausted, you may feel emotionally raw, you may be tempted to stop and go back to your old ways. But this moment right here, is your initiation. Your old identity is being dismantled. Your new self is taking shape. You'll know this process is working when you start catching your negative self-talk more quickly, when you hear it and redirect it almost automatically. That's the new programming locking into place. That's your brain building new pathways that become easier to walk every time you choose them. Know this, discomfort is temporary, but what you're building, that's permanent. Every time you choose the new self-talk, especially when it's hard, you're not just thinking differently, you are physically altering the structure of your brain. You're becoming someone new at a biological level. But this only happens if you stay committed, especially in the tough moments. When your old self screams for attention, that's when your new self is closest to being born. Do not let a moment of discomfort cost you a lifetime of transformation. This work isn't about feeling good all the time. It's about staying loyal to your new story, even when the old one is begging you to come back. That's how lasting change happens. That's how strong, resilient brain structures are created. That's how you shift your biology forever. And here's something else. When your self-talk changes, so does your entire world. You don't just transform yourself, you shift the entire energy field around you. This isn't just personal growth. It's quantum evolution that touches every part of your life and everyone in it. You'll notice your relationships begin to change. People will interact with you differently. They'll sense your shift before you even say a word. You'll walk into a room and people will feel it. This isn't magic. This is transformation that begins inside and radiates outward. Every word you speak to yourself matters. Every time you choose truth over fear, empowerment over limitation, you're stepping further into the reality you're meant to live. You are not broken, you are becoming. The resistance, the discomfort, the moments where it feels like nothing's working, these are not signs of failure. They are the growing pains of transformation. They are proof that the old programming is losing its grip. And when you push through, when you stay the course with your self-talk, something extraordinary happens. Your brain changes, your body changes, and your life begins to shift. You've learned now that there is no neutral moment. Every internal dialogue is either building your future or reinforcing your past. So choose wisely, speak power, speak truth, speak life. Because in these words, in this practice, lies the key to lasting change. Not just mental, not just emotional, but cellular, energetic, quantum. You are not just reprogramming your mind, you are transforming your entire reality. So breathe deep, place your hand on your heart, and remember, you are the architect of your new self. You are the voice that rewires your biology. You are the frequency that shifts your future. And this is just the beginning.